You can find a description of Charlotte's background and presenting problems at the webpage for CBT Made Simple at newharbinger.com. At this point in therapy, Charlotte and I have made a list of her problems. We've also started exploring her problems using the questions in Chapter 2 of CBT Made Simple. At this point in therapy, I want to explain CBT to Charlotte. Charlotte, I've heard a bit about your problems, and also we've talked a little bit about how the assault has affected your life. I want to explain to you a little bit about how I work. The kind of therapy I do is called cognitive behavior therapy, and it's a structured form of therapy. One of the things we're going to do next is set some goals. And in the process of therapy, we're going to work towards the goals that are important to you. It's also a form of therapy where we take a look at your problems and we try and understand them in terms of how you're feeling, what your thoughts are, your physical reactions, and your behavior. And we separate out the 4 factors. And once we have a good understanding of each of them, you and I together can then decide which one we want to focus on in order to help you make some changes and start to feel better in your life. Okay. And basically, because the 4 factors are all related, if we can make a change in one of them, the other ones tend to change also. So I thought what I'd do is I want to make sure you understand the basis. I thought we might pick a situation in your own life and then see what it would be like to start to look at the thoughts, feelings, physical reactions, and behavior. And the way I often start is I draw a circle, and I put a big F, your feelings up here. We've got your behavior at the bottom, your thoughts, and your physical reactions. And they're all connected, so I'm going to put arrows between all of them. And I thought to start with, does this sort of make sense to you?
Yeah.
As a diagram?
Yeah,
yeah?
It does.
Okay, good.
I think so.
You know, you were telling me that one of the difficult situations for you is when you first come into work in the morning.
Yeah, it's been really difficult since the assault.
Yeah, that's what you were saying. So I thought that might be a good situation to just sort of demonstrate how this works.
Okay.
So when you first come in the morning, let's start with feelings, because that's often what people are most aware of. Think back to the situation. What are you feeling as you walk in the door?
When I get to work, I feel really anxious, and I just don't want to be there, and I just wish the day were over so I could leave. It's just horrible. It's consuming.
Okay. So anxiety, right? I'm going to write that down. Feeling anxious, those are the feelings you have. And what you just did is what people usually do, right? Is you combine describing your feelings and your thoughts. So the feeling is anxious. The thoughts you have are, I don't want to be here. I wish the day was over. Those are what we call automatic thoughts, and they're the thoughts that go through your mind and that drive your feelings.
Okay.
Let me sort of pick up on that example. Let's say instead of thinking, I wish the day was over, I don't want to be here, if you walked in and you thought, oh, another good day at work, or I'm looking forward to seeing my colleagues, how do you think you'd feel?
I'm sure I'd feel much better if I thought that way.
If you thought that way, I think you would too. So just in that little example, we can see how the kinds of thoughts you have drive your feelings. So if we go back to the example, I'm going to write anxious here above feelings. Okay. And then you just did a good job of identifying your thoughts, which were, I wish I didn't have to come here.
Yeah.
Is that right? I wish I didn't have to be here or come here. Be here. I wish I didn't have to be here. And then you said another thought, which I thought was really good and was driving the anxiety. I wish the day was over.
Yeah,
Is
I
that
can't
one?
wait to leave.
Yeah, I want to leave.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to leave. And part of what we're going to do in therapy is really explore in some detail what your feelings are and more of the kinds of thoughts you're having that are driving the anxiety.
Okay.
What about when you're thinking, I wish I didn't have to be here, I want to leave, and feeling anxious? What's going on in your body? What's your physical reaction?
I get this feeling in the pit of my stomach, this just uncomfortable, consuming feeling, and I just want to flee. I just want to flee.
Okay, so for you, there's kind of a real pit in your stomach. So we'll put pit in stomach.
I almost feel like a little nauseous too.
Okay, so it's that strong, eh? Strong enough to be nauseous. And then the I want to flee, that almost strikes me again as a thought. You know, it's part of the I want to get out of here. Yeah. Could we put it up there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to flee. That's how strong it is. So it sounds like really strong physical reactions. And then your behavior. What do you actually do when you get into the store?
I try and avoid everyone. I go to the back room. I kind of just shut myself out as much as I can. Yeah.
Okay, so you're to go to the back of the store, and I hear you try and avoid everyone. Is that customers as well as colleagues?
Yeah, I didn't used to be like that, so.
Okay, so you kind of try and not talk to customers and colleagues. You know, you just did a really, I know it's sort of a new thing for many people to sort of start to separate out the different factors, but you did a really good job.
Thanks.
It's not easy at first to sort of tease out what the different factors are. What's it like for you to sit back and separate out what you are feeling from your thoughts, physical reactions, and behavior?
It's cool to see it on paper because I have all these thoughts and feelings and emotions, and actually just seeing them and reading them, it just feels a lot different taking it in.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that, because I think the fact that you could do it and pretty easily, and that it does feel helpful to sit back and just look at it, I think it's a good sign that cognitive behavior therapy would be a good fit for you, and that this is a way that you'd be able to work, that we could work together.
Cool. I'm willing to try.
Okay, sounds good.